It's 2026, and somehow buying a new smartphone has only gotten harder. Do you need the latest AI processor? Do you need titanium rails? Or do you need a phone that folds into 3 different shapes? Or do you need something that will last all day, take a decent picture of your dog, and not cost as much as your rent? Today, we're going to be ignoring the spec sheet. We're throwing out all the benchmarks, and instead, we're going to be focusing on you. I'm going to break down the main categories of phones right now: budget, mid-range, flagship, foldables, and the cheap code category that most people forget about, to help you figure out which one actually fits your lifestyle. Let's start with the most important categories: budget and mid-range. Honestly, this is where 80% of you watching should probably be looking. If your budget is under $400 or $500, you're going to be in the budget tier. In 2026, budget doesn't mean bad. These phones are often the kings of battery life because they aren't running super power hungry processors. They are great for students, or if you just need the basics: reliable texting, web browsing, and social media. The compromise? The cameras struggle at night and they won't play high-end games very well. But then you step up to the mid-range, the $500 to $700 mark. This is the current sweet spot in the industry right now. Phones in this bracket now have beautiful, fast screens and charging speeds that rival the top dogs. They feel premium. So, what are you missing? Usually it's the secondary cameras. You get a great main lens, but you probably won't get a high quality telephoto zoom lens. If you don't zoom in a lot at concerts or sports games, save your money and buy a mid-ranger. Okay, but what if you want the best? We're talking the $1,000 plus range. The iPhone Pro Maxes, the Galaxy Ultras. Who are these phones for? You buy a flagship if you are a content creator, a serious mobile gamer, or someone who keeps their phone for 4 or 5 years. You are paying for consistency. You're paying for the best video stabilization, the best microphones, and processors that can handle heavy video editing on the go. You're also paying for specialized hardware, like a massive zoom lens on Samsung's Ultra line, or the deepest ecosystem integration with Apple. If you just scroll TikTok and text, a flagship is overkill. But if your phone is your primary work tool, the investment makes sense. Now, before we get into the foldable phones, I need to tell you about the cheat code. This is the category that beats budget phones every single time: the used flagship. Here is the math. You could buy a brand new $400 budget phone that is made of plastic and has a mediocre camera, or for the same $400, you can buy a flagship from 2 years ago. That older flagship has a better build quality, a better screen, and importantly, a much better camera system than a new budget phone. Honestly, smartphones have plateaued. A 2-year-old top tier phone is still gonna be faster than a brand new budget phone. If you're on a strict budget but you want the premium features, stop looking at the new arrival shelves and start checking out the refurbished section instead. There is one more thing we have to address before you buy: software and AI. It seems like every manufacturer is trying to sell you their brand new smartphone based on AI. But I wanna warn you, be careful here. A lot of these features, like Magic Eraser or chat assistants, are just software. They often trickle down to cheaper phones later. Don't spend an extra $300 just to get an AI summary of your emails. Instead, look at the support promise. Google and Samsung are now offering 7 years of software updates on some phones. If you are the type of person who hates upgrading and wants to keep a phone until it literally falls apart, prioritize a phone with long software support. It saves you money in the long run because you weren't forced to upgrade when apps stop working. Finally, we have the shapeshifters, foldables. Now, usually these phones aren't about the specs necessarily. Most of the time, it's about how you actually use the phone. So there are 2 types, I guess technically 3 now. This is for the ultimate multitasker, the business professional. If you constantly find yourself wishing you had your laptop or an iPad with you to review a PDF or manage spreadsheets, this puts a tablet in your pocket. They are expensive and heavy, but they are productivity monsters. There's also the new trifolds, that's why I said 3. The trifolds are just phones that just have like 3 folding sections, well, 2 folding sections, and it just makes it a bigger foldable. So, same thing as the regular foldable phone, but just a little bit bigger. Then there's the flip style, the modern clamshell. This is for the minimalist, the fashion forward, or the vlogger. It takes up half the space in your pocket, but the best feature is that it acts as its own tripod. You can set it down anywhere for a group photo or social media videos. It's really just fun to use. So here's the bottom line. If you are a creator or need a telephoto zoom lens, buy a Flagship. If you are on a budget or you just want quality, then buy a Flagship from 2 years ago. But for everyone else, the vast majority of us, look at the high-end mid-range. You get 90% of the Flagship experience at 60% of the cost. Sounds like a win. Which category do you fall into? Are you brave enough to buy used, or do you need that new phone smell? Let me know in the comments down below. But until then, see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.